Hi, fifth grade. Hope everybody is doing well. Today we are going to talk about two new vocabulary words. We're going to talk about genre paintings today, and we're also going to talk about complementary colors today. So let's take a look at our first work of art. This painting is called Woman and Child at the Well, and you can see the woman is leaning up against the well, and the child, it looks like they're maybe having a conversation. This is an example of a genre painting. Many artists get ideas by observing the people around them. And the paintings that show that everyday life are called genre paintings, or they're just scenes that you would normally see, like as you're walking around, living your life pretty much. So they show ordinary people engaged in common activities. Okay. When artists depict scenes from daily life, sometimes they choose to use colors that would attract attention and really bring the viewer in. The artist who painted this painting, which is called Boys Flying Kites, used what are called complementary colors. And complementary colors are opposite each other on the color wheel. Let me put a color wheel up so you can see it. So if we were to look, for example, at red, the color on the opposite side of the color wheel is green. So that is its complementary color. Each color makes the one opposite of it stand out. And artists use these color combinations. It creates contrast, and it can also really help certain parts of your artwork stand out. So let's take a look at an example of a student genre painting. This is a really beautiful fifth grade piece of work. It looks like maybe a dad and a daughter at an art museum, and they are standing in front of a gigantic painting. Today we're going to create a genre drawing using a pair of complementary colors. And we can see that this student used both red and greens next to each other. And it looks like they also used oranges and blues next to each other as well. So we're going to pick maybe one or two pairs of complementary colors today and create a genre drawing based on something from everyday life. That would be up to you what your subject matter is going to be. You will need your sketchbook, a pencil, and your colored pencils today. Okay, so for this drawing, I actually needed to think a little bit first about what color combo I wanted to use, and that helped me come up with my subject matter. So I'm going to use a color combo of red and green, and my thought here is to do like some people going into the woods on a hike, and I can do like some green trees and like a red sky, like maybe it's sunrise or sunset, not really sure yet. So I'm actually going to start off just by drawing my horizon line, and then I'm going to do kind of like a path coming out of the woods, and this is going to get wider as it's coming towards us, because as we know, things get bigger as they move towards us. I'm just going to let that get a little bit bigger faster there. Okay, and what I'm thinking is I'll kind of do like a tree line. So I'll do some evergreen trees, and I'm not going to be too detailed with them. I just kind of want them to look like almost like a silhouette, like we saw in the student example today from the museum drawing. And so I can just kind of put the green, and then in here will be more like the sun and the red sky. So I'll put the sun probably right about there. And I feel like this looks a little weird, just like into nowhere. So maybe I'll put like a mountain line back there. Just looked a little bit empty. So I'll put some mountains back there as well. Maybe I can get some red tones on the mountains from the sky. And I'll put some clouds, and I'll add my people kind of walking into the woods here. So I am just going to kind of do a very quick gesture drawing of my two people, because I'll actually do them in silhouette like we saw in the student drawing today. This guy has way too big of a head. Let's bring that head down and give him a neck. So remember, I'm just kind of doing my stick people, but I'm making them just a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll do another set of hikers too, a little bit further up the road so I can create a little bit of depth in my picture. So maybe these guys are like further along on the hike, so they're a little bit smaller. Maybe one more person like way up here, looks like a little ant because they're really, really far away. Okay, and then I probably will add some trees and things in this area just so I can get a little bit of overlapping and really make it look like, you know, they're walking into the forest from a field is what I'm thinking. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward the video, add a lot more detail, and start color. Okay, fifth grade, so here is my finished genre drawing, because really it's not a painting, but you can see that my complementary colors are red and green. It was just a coincidence that I did my people in silhouette like the student example today. You do not have to do that if you don't want to. Here is what you need to make sure you do to get a 3, which is a perfect score on this assignment. You need to show a scene from everyday life, something that you would see walking around or somewhere in your home or somewhere else. And you need to make sure that you use complementary colors from the color wheel, which are colors that are on opposite ends of the color wheel when you do add your color. Not a bad idea too to try to mix different shades of your color. So if you're using blue and orange, different shades of blue and different shades of orange. And you may have noticed too, I did use some of those mark making techniques that we used in the eye drawing as well. So that's a great way to get a little bit of texture and interest on your paper today. I'm looking forward to seeing your genre drawings with complementary colors, and I hope everybody has a great week. See you next time.